please hit subscribe.
Those of you who are still a little bit nervous about the interview, here I share some tips that hopefully will calm you a little bit more and give you the best chance of doing your best in the interviews. Before going to the interview, make sure that you dress appropriately. Check your shoes, check your clothes. Make sure that you make a good impression. The Japanese are very particular with what you wear and how you look and your first impression. So, we would like to increase our chances by impressing them with what we wear and how we look when we enter the interview room. Tip number one is to be yourself, but be the best version of yourself. That is to say that you have to include in your answers and in your actions during the interview, your gestures, your personality. Who are you as a person? But make sure to emphasize the best version of yourself. As much as possible, we do not want to reveal our bad sides. We want to reveal our best side. And most often, that is sufficient to take or get the attention of the interviewer and make them remember you. It is important that they remember you among the many people who will be interviewed that day. That way, you have a greater chance of being recommended. Tip number two is to be honest. Make sure that you include only true statements. That way, it is more likely for you to be confident with your answers. If you make false statements in your answers, it is likely for you to make inconsistencies in your argument, in your answers. It is more likely that you will have made a statement that doesn't sound right to the ears of the interviewers, and they will make follow-up questions. And with those follow-up questions, it might be revealed that you were lying, and so that will make a very bad impression on you. Remember that these interviewers have done this many, many times, and so they have a keen eye for those who are telling the truth and those who are lying. And certainly, if you are lying, you will not get good recommendation. Tip number three is to try to summarize your answer in one sentence. And if you can put this at the beginning of your answer and at the end of your answer, that would be easier to follow. Sometimes we tend to have long explanations about our answers, and that would be hard to follow. But if you put a summary at the beginning and at the end of your answer, it is more likely for your audience or for the interviewers to understand what you are saying in your lengthy explanation, if it is lengthy. Of course, it is preferable that the answers be short, but if it cannot be avoided, then you will have to expound. And the only way to actually make it more easy or easier for them to follow is to repeat your answer at the beginning and at the end. Finally, I suggest, and I strongly suggest, that you practice your answers at the mirror. This will help you remember your answers to the questions. This will also help you see yourself as seen by the interviewers and hear yourself as heard by the interviewers. That way, you can decide for yourself which parts of your answers do not sound nice or which gestures you're doing do not look good, and so you can correct them before the actual interview. They say practice makes perfect, and it is also true with interviews. For the MEXT interview, it is important to give an impression that you prepared for the interview. It is also important that the interviewers see that you are confident. So, the way you do that is to practice. And these are my final tips for you for the interview. I hope that you can relax and practice and make a good impression to the interviewers. And I really hope that you get the scholarship. I have enjoyed making these videos and engaging with you in the comments. I hope that you continue to visit my channel even when you're in Japan and help the new applicants in the comments. And if you're feeling generous, I would really appreciate if you buy me a coffee through this link. That will be in the description. So I hope you get the best of luck and you can do all the best you can during the interviews. Good luck.
If you learned something new today, please help my channel by clicking the subscribe button and the bell for the notifications. See ya!